Welcome back to another episode of Full Steam Ahead. My name is Jen, and I'm one of the librarians at the main library of Richmond Public Library. And today I'm going to be showing you how to make a pretty simple craft. We're going to be making tessellations, which is a fun project because it combines not only art, but also math. A tessellation looks like this. It's essentially a repeating pattern where you take a shape and you tile it across a piece of paper or other surface so that there are no holes in between each of the shapes. You can make a tessellation with any shape. It can be a traditional shape like a square or a triangle or a star, or an untraditional shape, which I'm going to show you how to make today. And you can do it in a variety of ways. You'll see that I made this tessellation using this pattern, and I used what's called the translation method, which essentially means that you take the pattern, place it on the paper, and then you just move it down or up or across. You can also make patterns using a rotation method, which means you start one way and rotate and rotate and rotate. That wouldn't work as well with this shape, but it will with other shapes. And then the last way that you can make a tessellation is that you can do a reflection. And you probably guessed a reflection means flipping the shape and making the pattern that way. So again, we're gonna do a translation tessellation, a little bit of a tongue twister there, but we're gonna make one of those today, and all you need are just a few items. You're going to need a square piece of paper. I have here some sticky notes. They're pretty easy to use if you have any of these laying around, but if you don't, you can just cut a square. This is what we're going to use to make our template for our tessellation. You're also going to need a pencil or other writing utensil, some scissors, some tape, some plain white paper, or really any color is fine. And lastly, you'll want something to decorate. So I brought some markers that I'm going to use to decorate my tessellation. For this one, I used some leftover origami paper that I had and created some additional patterning that way. But however way you want to decorate is fine. So stay tuned and I'll show you what to do. Step number one for starting your tessellation is to create your template. As you see here, this is the template I used for the first tessellation I created. You can use any shape you want. We're going to create kind of a funky shape today, but you're going to take your square piece of paper and you're going to kind of turn it like this into more of a diamond, and you're going to start in the top corner and you're going to draw a line, can be straight, can be squiggly, and you're going to connect it to one side of your square, just like that. Next, you're going to go back to the same tip and you're going to draw another line and connect it to the other side of your square. It's important that you start at the same point, and it's also important that the line connects to two different sides of your square, just like that. Now, you're going to cut out the lines that you've created. So I'm going to go back and cut out my first one. Just like that. Once you've taken your cutout, you're going to place it on the opposite side of your square, just like this. And it's important that you get it to the top so that it's symmetrical. Oops. And then you're going to tape it down. So now you have one side of your pattern finished. Next, you're going to cut out the second line that you created, just like this. Same thing. You're going to take your cutout, go to the opposite side, and tape it down. So when you're finished creating your template, you should have a similar but opposite look on each side. This side is curvy, as is this side. This side is pointy, as is this side. That's all you're going to do, and your template is ready. Step 2 for creating your tessellation is to use your template to create the pattern on your paper. You can place your tessellation template any way you like on the paper. I like to start from the middle and work off of that. You're going to place it down and you're going to trace it all the way around. Just like that. Once you've traced it, you're going to find where your template matches. For instance, this curved hole on the paper matches the curve on my template. So I'm gonna line it up just like that and do another tracing. And you're gonna continue that until your whole paper is covered with the pattern. Now it's okay if the template goes off of the paper. That's going to happen as you get closer to the edges, but just keep drawing until your whole paper is filled. All right, so once you completed your pattern on your paper using your template, reaching every little corner, you can begin to color it. And this is where you can get really creative. You can just do solid colors, you can do patterns, you can fill it in with origami paper like I did. You can do whatever you want. Make this fun, bright, exciting, something that you might hang in your home or give as a gift. You could even do a series of them with different shapes and templates. You can get very creative with this. So I encourage you to go home and make your own tessellations with your own shapes. And you can always share them on social media and tag us as well. So thanks for joining me for this week's episode of Full Steam Ahead. I hope you'll come back next week and see what we have in store. Bye.